Okay, so I welcome you all once again to iSoft Original. And um, previous lesson we learned ago, we saw how to create a media player, and that was very fantastic. Now, on today's lesson, we're going to see how we can create a web browser. And actually, this is the fundamental basics of building a web browser. It's not specifically on creating a web browser to sell it, but it's giving you the basic ideas on how to create a web browser, or on how web browsers were being created. If you are listening to me now and you are a teacher and you are supposed to teach your students how web browser goes, then this is the very nice tutorial lesson for you to really enjoy. And I hope by the end of the lesson you get to understand so many things. So let's get started. I have created my project already, and this is my project screen. First of all, let me give it a shot. Let me just extend it to how I want my screen to be. Good. First thing first, let me rename the name of the form. Let me call this my first browser. Good. So now you can see that the name is being renamed to my first browser. Good. I need to add some things up, right? So I'll just add a button for the meantime. I'll just add a button. And then for this button, as we did earlier on, how I change the font size and then the font style, it will be the same thing. I'll just select bold and select 12, and then it's quite there. And then the text on the button, I'll hold shift and then add this back symbol. Good. So I'll just do it this way, and then I'll copy and paste this, add it here, and then I'll just change the arrows to point the other direction, and then I'll copy and paste it one more time, and then I say this is this will be home, right? H as home. And then I'll copy and paste it one more time, and then this will be reload, right? Or let's say refresh. And then I will add a text box, right? So I'll just search for a text box, not a rich text box, but a text box instead. So I'll just add the text box here, and then extend the text box somewhere here. And then I'll click on this little guy, and then click on select multi-line, and then I drag it down. Now, from the property section of this particular text box, you can see that it text is empty. So just type anything there. We want to use it to adjust the text box font size. So just choose, let's say 16. You see that 16 is kind of small, so you can choose 22. I believe 22 is quite good for me. So I'll just select everything and then clear it as it was previously. So I just copy the R and then paste it one more time, add it up here, and then I will just change the text to go. So that is it. Quickly, then I just rearrange everything. Now I will select all the buttons by holding Control, and then click all the buttons, and then we have the four color. Let's change it to color white, right? So let's change it to white. And then let's select the back color. We have its back color. Let's choose black or active or any color you wish to use. Now, good. This is it. When I click on start, you will see that it will start the project for me, but I won't be able to navigate to anything because I haven't added any code yet. So now you can see this is my first browser. I can come here and search for google.com, but when I click on go, nothing happens, right? Good. So let's work on that. Basically, this is how we do it. So let's search for web browser. This is the web browser component. Drag and drop it here. Now you can do a lot of stuffs here, and it's gonna work perfectly fine for you. So I'll just rearrange my browser. I'll just extend it to everywhere I would like to be. Now this browser is here, but when I click on start, it won't do anything, right? It won't navigate me to anywhere. When I even search for google.com and I click go, it won't do anything because I haven't added any code yet. So let's start with this. so that we just sorry, we just code it back. So on this, we're going to say that our web browser one, our web browser component. So our web browser one dot navigation. So we will say that our web browser one dot go back, right? And then we will just go to this. We will say that web browser one dot go forward. Good. And then we will say that your home URL, right? We need your home URL, so you can use your own website as your home URL. And I click on home, what website should it take me, or what link should it take me? So we're going to say that web browser one dot navigate. It should navigate to something, right? It's navigation. The navigation should be in bracket, right? It should be in bracket, but we need to make a specific statement, right? So making the specific statement, we need to put it in, we need to put it in inverted commas. So hold shift and then search for these two inverted commas. Now we're going to say that https, then you bring your double forward slash, then we say google.com, right? So that is it. So this code, when I click on my home button, it will just navigate me to this URL. So you can change whatever URL you want. You can say ghanaweb.com, anywhere you want, you can just add it there. And then let's go to the reload. So we will say that web browser one dot refresh. Good. So it will just refresh the page, the current page for you. Good. Now let's go to the go. So double click on the go, and inside this go, we will say that web browser one dot its navigation, it should navigate to a particular link, but this time we are not going to tell it to navigate to a specific link, but we are going to tell it to navigate whatever we type in text box one dot text. So our text box one, everything we type in the text box one, the web browser is going to navigate to that URL or that text. So let's start it. I don't have internet access for now, but it will surely work. So now let's search for google.com. You see that when I click on go, it will just tell me that I don't have internet access. I can refresh the page, and it will tell me that I can't reach this page now because I don't have internet access. Let's say for facebook.com, and is going to work from facebook.com. And yeah, you see that here is facebook.com. When I click on home, you will see that it will go to google.com, right? But you see that here is still facebook.com. So let's work that one out. So we will say, as soon as it goes to go, we will say that our text box one dot text equals to web browser one dot URL, right? So it's gonna navigate and show us the URL dot toString. We can use this type of code, but I would like for us to say yes dot toString, so it's gonna work perfectly fine. So this is how it's gonna be. When I click on the home, now you will see that definitely. Oh, okay, I get it. So let's forget about this. We will work on that later. It is advanced, so I don't want us to go there. So let's just leave it. Let's maintain it that way. But the problem I have here is when I start the project, you will see that it will not load anything for me. So what we will do is I'll just copy this code. I'll just copy it. Then I come to my form and double click on this form, right? Double click on this form, and it will just navigate you here. Then you paste the code here. So as soon as you start, when the form is loading, it will load the website for you. Now you can see that it was trying to load google.com, but it couldn't got access to the internet, so it's not working. So Charlie, I believe we are done. Let me go to youtube.com and let me show you that now you see that here is YouTube, right? When I click on back, you see that it will navigate me back to where I belonged previously. Now you see that it's now Google. When I go back now, you see that it's now YouTube. When I go forward now, you see that it will be navigating to the next section. So Charlie, that is how our web browser is being done. I hope this tutorial will help you a lot in starting from scratch in VB.NET. So until we meet again on our next lesson, have a nice day, and I'm out.